Hey, it's Dunstan, and I'm coming to you from one of my little meditation spots. It's a dry one because it's raining outside today. And I have a question for you. My question is, what were you doing on Monday morning at 9 o'clock? And if you had the choice, you could be anywhere you wanted to be at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. Where would you be? So is that the same place? Because because right now I'm feeling really lucky because I'm not at work. Although I kind of am at work because I'm doing the Go Giver thing and talking to you guys. But my point for you is, like, what does it take to be free in time? So we hear a lot about financial freedom, and this idea that once you get enough money, or you've got enough investments, or you've got enough income, then you are financially free. Now, there's a big part of the equation that gets missed, which is time. Yeah. So, what does it take to be free in time? Now, a lot of people talk about time management, which is basically saying, you've got to look after where your time goes and try and make the most of your time. And I actually like the idea of time leadership. Now, what time leadership means is that you've got 168 hours in the week. Did you know that? 724s is 168. And so remember that number, because that's how many hours you've got. Now, if you sleep for 8 hours a day, 7 eighths of 56, so take that off, you've got like 112 left, I think. And so 112 hours, maybe you sleep a bit less, so you got a bit more. But bottom line is, how do you want to be spending your time? And how are you spending it right now? So, what are the things in your life that you need to spend less time doing? You might like to come up with a don't do list. A lot of people have a to-do list, but you can have a not to-do list. So it could have things like checking Facebook for the third or fourth or fifth time today. It could have things like procrastinating. It could have things like watching TV. Whatever you find in your life you do that is not serving you. So have your not to-do list. And what are the things that you would really love to do in order to enjoy your life more? You see, freedom is actually more an inner state of being. Like, you could think of it as a state of mind, or you could think of it as just like who you are on the inside. You see, time's a really interesting one because everyone's got the same time, yeah? Whether you're Richard Branson, hi, if you're watching this, Richard, hello. I've met Richard, he's great. And if you're someone who's sleeping homeless on the streets, either way, you have the same amount of time in a week. So what differentiates people from people who live the life they want to live, and who maybe are struggling, is what they do with their time. Now, I'm certainly not saying that that matches up Richard Branson, someone on the street. People might be quite happy living on the street. It might be what they want to be doing, and you might be quite happy using your time exactly as you're using your time right now. You could be someone who outwardly is highly successful, but inside you don't spend your time doing what you absolutely love doing. So this isn't about external perceptions. This is about your inner relationship with time. Do you feel like you have 106 amazing marbles, which each one represents an hour of your week, and you have a few jars lined up where you put a marble in each of those jars, and at the end of the week you look at your jars and you go, wow, I spent 17 hours working on creative projects. I spent 4 hours with the 3 people that mean the most to me in my life. Do you get to the end of your week and go, yes, my time was so well spent? Or do you always have that feeling like there isn't enough time? There isn't enough time. Because it's bullshit. There is enough time. There's 168 hours. And when you say, do you want to do something? And people say, I don't have time. It's a crock, because you do have time. Now, I'd much prefer you to say to me, if I say, hey, you want to catch up for a coffee? I'd much prefer you to say, you know what, Dunstan, I'm really busy doing this amazing project and it's not a priority to me to catch up with you, you see? Rather than saying, oh, sorry, I don't have time. Because you do have time if you want to. And don't tell me, don't make excuses and say, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do the other. You actually choose how you use your time, yeah? Now, I only actually want to hang out with you if you really want to hang out with me. So let's get real with each other and let's be honest. And let's say, actually, I'm choosing to use my time differently. Actually, there's a project that I'm working on and that's a higher priority to me right now. So let's get honest with each other and let's get honest with ourselves. And so, right now, what I want to be doing is sharing this message with you about how you use your time. And in my courses, I get people to audit this more closely and look. You can actually analyze how you're using your 168 hours and check that you've got everything taken care of. Because where most people fall down with time management is they haven't actually taken time to design what it is they want in the first place. And that's leadership. Leadership is starting with a vision. Leadership is saying, well, what would your perfect day look like? What would a typical perfect week look like? And then working towards that. So that's the time leadership. So what are you going to be doing at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning in a year's time from now? How would you like to be living? How would you like to be spending your 168 hours per week? I would love to hear, and I'd love to hear your comments, whether you agree or disagree. Let me know, and I look forward to hearing from you. So bye for now. Ciao.